Stocks our strategists feel are poised to deliver positive returns are featured now in their top stock picks of the week.
We have a couple of stocks worth taking note of that our strategists want you to know more about. Nina Mishra and Shiraz Mian join me here to give their top picks for this week. Nina, we're going to start with you. You have a wood products company.
Yes, Potlatch. It is a timber REIT, very well positioned to capitalize on the housing recovery. They own about 1.6 million acres of timberlands, high quality timberlands. And as we have seen, housing starts have grown steadily this year, thanks mainly to rising improvement in the job market and record low mortgage rates. And mortgage rates are expected to continue to be low this year. I don't think the Fed is going to raise rates anytime soon. So housing starts were up about 8% in the first half of the year, and single family starts that consume about 3 times the lumber as multifamily units were up almost 15% year over year in the first half. So that is why the demand for lumber and the pricing continues to improve.
And this stock price is really up significantly.
It is up significantly this year.
So far this year, 25%?
Almost 25%.
So I guess the question now is, can it sustain that upward move?
Yes, it is not cheap. It has done pretty well this year. But I think because of the sustained healthy momentum in the housing market, and investor quest for yield will continue to boost the stock because it is structured as a REIT, so they are required to pay out at least 90% of their taxable income in the form of dividends to shareholders. So that is why they have a very juicy yield of almost 4% as of now. They have increased their dividend by about 20% in the last 3 years. And in addition to dividends, they have also been returning a lot of cash to shareholders in the form of buybacks. Now, if you look at detailed estimates, you see that it's a strong buy stock, and the industry rank is 5 out of 265 Zacks Industry, which is top 2%. And they reported last month, and results were better than expected, and that's why we have seen nice improvement in analyst estimates of late. So because of this top Zacks rank, top industry rank, and a juicy dividend yield coupled with the recovering in the housing market, I think the stock will continue to do well. And I own the stock in the income investor portfolio.
Okay, well, you can't argue with 25% on the upside.
That's right.
So far this year. It's pretty hard to argue with that. Shiraz, you've got Walmart, and they've been in the news here lately. They're buying online retailer Jet.com.
That's right, yeah. Walmart has done pretty good this year as well. The stock is up almost 20%. I like this lumber space. The Universal Forest Products, UFPI, is a stock that I really liked, and they have had very strong momentum as well. But getting back to Walmart, I really like Walmart now when we have it in the focus list. Recently, not that long, the reason for it is that I believe they are now doing everything right in their digital operation. For a long time, the big problem in the retail space, whether it's big box, whether it's the department store, is the Amazon effect. The business has been shifting online, and these guys simply have not had a good response to that challenge. And I strongly feel even before this Jet.com transaction that I'll talk about in a little bit, that they were doing everything right. They have the footprint nationally in their store count. They have the SKUs in terms of the inventory. All they had to do is to put stuff together and have the technology platform for folks to start using it. And I think they have started doing that. They have come out with the Amazon Prime equivalent in a shipping pass at half the price. They have come out with with a very compelling offer for groceries where you buy online, go pick it up from the store. They're doing a lot of good stuff on the traditional brick and mortar retail front as well, cleaning up, better fulfillment, better assortment, better checkout, overall a better experience for consumer. But I think the opportunity is in the online space, and it's still a much smaller slice of their overall revenue base. Keep in mind, Walmart earns like $480 billion in sales every year, and the online component is still about 2.5% to 3% of the total. But my thesis is that with everything that they are doing, including now this Jet.com transaction, they're putting everything in order, and as that piece continues to grow, we will start seeing Walmart into that growth phase that it was known for a very long time, and has kind of lost over the last 2-3 years. So the stock has done very well this year, up 20% as I mentioned earlier, but it's still below where it was in January 2015. So it has plenty of room to grow. The Jet.com transaction, briefly, some folks are saying that they overpaid $3.3 billion in cash.
Yeah, $300 million in stock.
But it's a rounding error. Essentially for Walmart, they're bringing in technology, established technology that has worked, and they're bringing in management that will help their operations. And it's a new client base. It tends to be more urban, more millennial, which is not their demographic. So I think it's part of their investments in the digital operation, which in the long run should give them the growth boost that they have been craving for such a long time. It won't come in right away. They won't become the next Amazon over the next 3 to 6 months. But I believe we'll get more color on that as the company reports next week. They report on the 18th. And over the coming quarters, we'll see more clarity and more momentum in their digital operation. And I think of the traditional retailers, Walmart is in the best possible position to offer a real competitive challenge to Amazon.
Well, they're willing to take on a big dog, and at least initially they're willing to spend some dough to do it.
Absolutely.
And so we'll see as time goes on how much more dough they're willing to put into that effort.
They will have
if they have to.
They'll have to spend some more. It's a long-running process, but I think they have the staying power to actually do that.
All right, thank you both for that. Don't forget, you can check out Zacks.com for information on stocks, stock picking strategies. You can even get good stock commentary there. It's all on the website, Zacks.com, and you can link to it all right off the homepage if you're not there already watching this video. With Nina and Shiraz, I'm Terry Ruffalo.